In a world where tech innovation shapes everything from our healthcare to our national security, the UK is quietly mounting a powerful comeback in its tech scene, one that might just surprise some global heavyweights. In the Northwest, new tech company formations rose 41% in the third quarter, 2025. That is the biggest quarterly jump since 2019. This is real momentum across a key region. Nationwide, 15,470 new tech companies were registered in the third quarter, 2025. That's up 36% year over year, and up 8% versus the previous quarter. These gains mark the strongest upswing since 2019. The signal is clear. Founders are stepping forward despite headwinds. Confidence is translating into company formation. And it isn't limited to one postcode. Activity is broadening across the UK. The headline number matters because it feeds future hiring and investment. More new firms increase competition and innovation. They also deepen local tech ecosystems. In short, the trend is up, and it's accelerating. Momentum is building. Founders are moving from intent to action. Industry voices describe the mood as cautiously optimistic. But the emphasis has shifted from optimism to execution. These numbers reflect action, not talk. In plain English, more people are starting real businesses. Ahead, the analysis will test whether this momentum scales. Here's what it takes. They're registering a business. They're hiring their first employee. They're starting the journey. This surge in new companies is the first crucial ingredient in the recipe for success. It's the fresh produce arriving at the kitchen door. Without it, you have nothing to cook. You can't serve a world-class dish with rotten ingredients. And you can't build a world-class tech economy without a constant stream of fresh, hungry startups ready to fight for their place. But don't you dare get complacent. Starting a company is the easy part. It's like chopping an onion. Anyone can do it. The real test, the part that separates the professionals from the pot washers, is what comes next. Can these fledgling businesses actually grow? Can they scale up their operations? Can they hire a proper team, not just their mates? Can they compete on a global stage and bring in serious investment? That's the multi-million-pound question, isn't it? Getting started is one thing. Finishing the service without getting shut down is another thing entirely. So, avoid premature celebration. To be absolutely clear, new companies are the lifeblood of any industry. They are the energy. They are the chaos. They are the raw passion that forces everyone else to up their game. Think of it like a kitchen. The established Michelin-starred restaurants can get lazy. Then a new place opens down the street. It's run by a young, ambitious chef with fresh ideas and a hunger to win. Suddenly, the old guard has to wake up and start competing again. That's what these 15,470 new tech firms represent. All right, adding detail. The UK tech sector is not a small-time operation. It is already substantial. Sector turnover is around £329 billion. About 1.1 million people work in this industry. These are skilled jobs, high-paying jobs, the kind of jobs the economy needs more of. In artificial intelligence, the UK is not at the back of the queue. The UK ranks third worldwide for the number of AI companies. That's a podium finish. The potential here is absolutely massive. Experts at Tech UK say SMEs embracing digital tech could unlock an extra £232 billion. Think about what that means. More efficiency, more profit, more growth, more jobs across the entire country, not just in London. Your local butcher using AI to manage stock. Your corner garage using software to diagnose engine problems. This isn't just about shiny new tech firms. It's about making the UK economy stronger, faster, more competitive. The foundations are solid. Despite strengths, some areas are being neglected, which is frustrating. Look at research and development. R&D is the heart of the kitchen. It's where you experiment. It's where you create the next big thing. And our investment is lagging. The number of UK companies in the global top 2,000 for R&D spending fell from 118 in 2013 to just 63 in 2023. That's a serious concern. We're losing our place at the top table of innovation. While rivals invest billions in their test kitchens, budgets are being cut. Sooner or later, the menu becomes stale. Customers get bored and go elsewhere. You can't build a future on past glories. Now pay attention. It's crucial to understand who we're up against. This isn't a village bake-off. It's a global war for technological supremacy. Two undisputed super heavyweight champions, the United States, China. First, let's look at the US. They are the undisputed king. Tech spending in 2025 projected around $1.9 trillion. Let that sink in. Trillion. Our entire sector turnover is a fraction of that. Nearly 13 million people working in tech. Big companies spending over $300 billion on AI infrastructure. Building the digital roads, bridges, power stations of the future. The US outspends, outhires, outscales everyone. When a US firm grows, it doesn't just expand, it conquers. They have the capital, talent pool, market size to dominate. It's like a food truck trying to take on McDonald's. It's a different league. Then, China. If the US is the established empire, China is the relentless rising dynasty, moving at lightning speed. ET sector CAGR 9.3% to 2030. Not copying, innovating in manufacturing, AI, telecommunications. State-backed push with a unified vision. Enormous tech hubs and factories. Patents being churned out. High-tech exports flooding markets. Scaling production faster than anyone. And the rest of Europe? The EU launched a €10 billion fund to help companies scale up and bridge the gap with the US and China. Germany, France, pouring money into their tech ecosystems. They know they're behind and are coordinating a response. While the recent surge is encouraging, a dose of reality is warranted. The UK is a talented middleweight in a ring with two giants and many contenders. It cannot win by copying their game. It must be smarter, faster, more agile. So, is the outlook bleak? No. Stay objective. The UK may not have the sheer size of the US or China, but it has distinct strengths, a signature mix few can replicate. For a start, the UK leads most of Europe in tech intensity. The ecosystem is mature. High concentration of unicorns. The UK still attracts meaningful venture capital, even in tough times. A reputation endures. The UK also benefits from partnerships. The recent US-UK tech prosperity deal brought multi-billion-pound commitments from major American tech firms. That's a strong vote of confidence. It signals assets worth backing and gives UK companies access to American capital, expertise, and markets. These strategic partnerships enable the UK to punch above its weight. Matching sheer size is unrealistic. The strategy is to be clever and build alliances. Crucially, policy focuses on frontier technologies, artificial intelligence, quantum computing, biotechnology, and advanced semiconductors. These are fields where a breakthrough can change everything, where deep expertise and science matter more than scale. It's a smart strategy. It's about finding a niche and owning it. Initiatives like the Northern Powerhouse Investment Fund back high-potential sectors outside London. By concentrating resources, funding, research grants, and leading academic minds on key battlegrounds, the UK gains a fighting chance. It can win decisive battles in AI, biotech, and quantum. That is how Britain can carve out its place as a tech superpower. If the UK does not reverse the decline in R&D and restore serious investment, public and private, this optimism will amount to nothing. Others will earn the next Michelin star. Right, a serious word. Praise is for winners, the job is not done. For all our strengths, there are glaring weaknesses, and if we don't fix them, we are finished. The biggest problem is the funding gap. It's a chasm. In 2024, UK venture capital funding fell to about £16.2 billion. Compare that to the United States, over £50 billion. They have 3 times the fuel. This lack of scale-up capital is crippling. Promising UK companies hit a glass ceiling. They grow to a point, then run out of money. They can't afford to hire the best people, expand into new markets, invest in the tech they need. Too often, the UK incubates firms that are later acquired by US buyers at a discount. It's like perfecting a recipe only to let another restaurant steal it and get the Michelin star. The second massive problem is talent, or the lack of it. The UK is facing a serious skills shortage, especially after Brexit made it harder to hire from Europe. Our companies are screaming out for more software engineers, data scientists, AI specialists. You can't build a world-class tech sector without world-class technicians. It's like trying to run a 3-star kitchen with amateurs who can barely boil an egg. This creates scaling friction, grit in the engine. A founder finds a lead engineer in a year. By then, Silicon Valley rivals have hired 20 and launched. The pace is too slow. The process is too difficult. A radical overhaul of skills and training is needed, and it must become far easier to attract top global talent. Otherwise, progress will stall. So, here we are. The kitchen is prepped. The first orders are in. What happens next? The next 12 to 24 months are absolutely critical. This is the moment of truth. Concrete action is needed on 4 fronts. First, get more capital flowing to scale-ups. Public funds can prime the pump, but unlock much larger private investment, pension funds and institutions, for bigger, bolder global rounds. Second, fix the skills pipeline fast. More STEM at every level, more apprenticeships, and retraining. Immigration policy must be fit for purpose to welcome the world's best. Third, reverse the decline in R&D. Use tax incentives and grants, and encourage long-term corporate bets on innovation. Fourth, aggressively build stronger links to global markets. The US-UK Tech Prosperity Deal is a start, but more is required. Think of the UK tech sector as a rocket on the launch pad. The fuel tanks are looking full. The launch pad infrastructure is solid. The countdown has begun. But to reach orbit, the engines must fire with immense, sustained power. Scaling, funding, skills, global links, these are the engines. If they all fire in unison, this rocket will soar. If one fails, we could stall on the pad or crash and burn mid-flight. The potential is there, but potential doesn't pay the bills. Execution is all that matters now. Stop celebrating the starters and focus on the main course. Track scale-up funding, R&D spending, and talent acquisition. If executed well, the UK can become a meaningful global tech player. Thank you for watching. For more analysis, please subscribe.